I heard the click of the front door before I had even fully turned off my car. That single sound, metal on metal, was enough to make my stomach tighten. I stayed where I was, my hands still on the steering wheel, staring through the windshield at our house. Light in the living room, the kitchen door open. Someone was awake, and I knew instantly. The conversation I'd been putting off for months was going to happen tonight, whether I was ready or not. When I opened the door, my mother was sitting at the dining table. No TV, no phone, just a stack of papers neatly aligned in front of her. My father stood by the window, like he always did when he didn't want to take a side, but still felt he had to be present. My brother wasn't there yet, but he would be. "You're late," my mother said. "I had work," I replied, taking off my jacket. My voice sounded unfamiliar, tense. I knew every word tonight would carry weight. She slid the stack of papers toward me. "Then let's get this settled quickly." I sat down slowly. The top page had a bold heading, estate settlement. My name was there, and my brother's. My heart started beating faster. "What is this?" I asked, even though I already knew. "A reasonable solution," she said calmly. "For everyone." I flipped through the pages. Legal language, clauses, waivers, numbers, a sum that looked decent at first glance. But I automatically started calculating. I always did. And my body went cold. "This is less than my share," I said. My father cleared his throat, said nothing. "Your brother needs the house," my mother said. "You don't." There it was again. That sentence, not word for word, but identical in meaning to so many from my past. "You don't need it. You'll be fine. You're strong. Think of your brother." "I need fairness," I said. She smiled, that controlled smile that signaled I was being difficult. "Don't be petty." Petty. The word hit harder than it should have. I thought of all the times I'd been generous, the transfers, the spontaneous help, the things that never came back, financially or emotionally. "What happens if I don't sign?" I asked. At that exact moment, my brother walked in, as if he'd been summoned. He stood behind my mother's chair, his hands resting loosely on the back, possessive. "Then we make it complicated," he said. I looked at him, really looked at him. He was older than me, but looked worn down, drained, and yet still confident. The kind of person who always assumed someone else would step in. "What does complicated mean?" I asked. My mother answered without looking at him. "Then we'll have to be honest about the past." The air in the room changed. My heart was pounding in my throat. I knew immediately what she meant. The year no one talked about. The money. The story I thought I had buried. I stood up, slowly. My knees felt weak. "I'm not signing anything today," I said. "Then you're destroying everything," she said. I looked at my father. He looked away. I left. I drove aimlessly through the city. The lights blurred together. Memories came in waves, not chronologically, but chaotically. My first guilt. My first no that was ignored. My first yes that was taken for granted. I was 11 when I first learned that achievement meant nothing if it wasn't shared. I had won an art contest, 200 euros. I was proud. My mother hugged me, briefly, and then said, "Your brother didn't win anything. That's not fair." I hesitated. Then I shared. More than half. And no one told me I was generous. It was simply expected. At 16, I sold my scooter so my brother could pay off his debts. At 19, I worked alongside my studies while he took a break. At 25, I paid his overdue rent, always with the feeling that someday it would be my turn, that it would balance out. It didn't. I parked on the edge of an industrial area and turned off the engine. Silence. My phone vibrated. A message from my mother. "Think carefully. You know what's at stake." I did know, and that was exactly why I couldn't go back. The next morning, I started gathering everything. At first chaotically, bank statements, old emails, message threads, receipts, then systematically. I created a spreadsheet, year by year, amount by amount. After 3 hours, I had to stop because I felt sick. Not because of the total, although it was high, but because of the realization. I had never been helped. I had been used. On the third day, my brother called. You're being dramatic, he said. I'm just not standing in the back anymore, I replied. He laughed. You really think you have a choice? Yes. Then I'll tell them you took the money back then. I stayed silent. Then I said, then tell them how much I've paid since. He hung up. The escalation didn't come loudly. It came quietly. Through emails, through hints, through family members who suddenly just wanted to check if everything was okay, through guilt, through old stories retold differently. I didn't respond emotionally. I responded with facts. When I finally sent an email to everyone, factual, detached, with numbers, I felt sick with fear, but also calm. For the first time in years, the reactions came fast: anger, disbelief, silence. My father called me late that night. His voice was tired. Why didn't I know this? Because you never asked. A long pause. I'm sorry, he said. It wasn't enough for forgiveness, but it was enough for a beginning. The contract was rewritten, without pressure, without threats. I didn't sign anything that hurt me. I lost closeness. I lost the illusion of family. But I gained something else. I slept through the night again. I stopped explaining myself. I stopped paying bills to be loved. Sometimes I wonder if they tell the story differently now. If I'm the villain, the selfish one, the destroyer. Then I remember the pen on the table, the smile, the ultimatum. And I know some stories only end when you stop sacrificing yourself.